The first time Claire Holden noticed the janitor, it was because he stood in her way. She stormed out of the executive elevator, phone pressed to her ear, heels striking marble. Another board member had just questioned her judgment. Again, the company she built from a shared desk now sat on a knife edge. $50 million had vanished into a failed acquisition. The man who had convinced her to do it had disappeared. Claire stopped short. A man mopped the floor near the elevator doors. Gray uniform. Bent posture. He looked up, startled, and moved his cart aside. She did not slow down. "Please keep this area clear," she said without looking at him. Then she walked past, voice sharp, already back on the call. The janitor watched her go. He nodded once to no one. Claire Holden did not remember his face. She did not remember his name. She remembered numbers. She remembered pressure. She remembered never sleeping past 5. She remembered that someone named David Miller had cost her $50 million and vanished. David Miller had been the architect behind her most ambitious expansion. He spoke softly in meetings. He never raised his voice. He showed models, data, risk maps. He told her the deal would protect thousands of jobs. He believed it. She believed him. Then the deal collapsed. Regulators froze assets. Partners pulled out. David Miller resigned in a single-line email and disappeared before the damage became public. The board blamed Claire. The press smelled blood. Claire spent the next 6 months chasing a ghost. She hired private investigators. She paid firms that tracked money and phone records. She searched offshore accounts. She flew to 3 countries. She spent $50 million in legal fees, consultants, and recovery efforts. Not to punish him, to understand him. She needed to know why he vanished. She needed to know if he lied. She needed to know if she had been blind or betrayed. Every morning she walked through the same lobby. Same marble. Same glass. Same janitor. He cleaned early. He cleaned late. He smiled at the security guards. He held doors open for interns. He brought his own lunch in a metal box, rice, vegetables, no phone in his hand. No rush in his step. Claire never noticed. One winter morning, the heating failed on the executive floor. Employees wore coats at their desks. Claire snapped at her assistant. The board meeting ran long. Her head throbbed. She exited the building near midnight. The janitor sat on a bench outside, rubbing his hands together. His cart stood beside him. Snow gathered on its handle. Claire stopped. She did not know why. "Why are you still here?" she asked. He looked up. His eyes were calm. "Pipe burst on 12, he said. "If I leave it, the water freezes." She nodded. Silence stretched. "My name is Elias," he said. "I clean this building." "I know," she replied. Then she paused. "Thank you." The word felt strange in her mouth. He smiled, not wide. "Just enough." "You work late?" he said. "So do you?" "Yes," he said. "But I chose this." She walked away. That night Claire dreamed of conference rooms filled with water. Papers floated. Numbers blurred. A man stood in the corner watching. She could not see his face. Weeks passed. The search for David Miller went cold. Every lead ended in nothing. No accounts. No travel. No records. It was as if he erased himself. One afternoon, Claire received a package with no return address. Inside lay a thin notebook. Her hands shook as she opened it. Dates, calculations, risk notes. Personal comments. Every page written in neat, careful handwriting. At the back sat a single line. "If this fails, they will look for me." They should not. They should look at the system. The handwriting matched David Miller's. Claire felt something break inside her chest. The notebook showed the truth. David warned of the failure. He flagged the regulatory risk. He pushed for delay. The board overruled him. Claire overruled him. He resigned to protect the company from public blame. He vanished to avoid becoming a target. He took the fall. Claire closed the notebook. She had spent $50 million to find a man who never ran. She did not know where he was. Until the next morning. She entered the lobby early. Sunlight cut through glass. Elias cleaned the same corner. She stopped. She looked at his hands, scarred, steady. "Elias," she said, "how long have you worked here?" 3 years, he said. "Where before that?" He paused. He did not look away. "Other places," he said. She held out the notebook. His breath caught. "I think this is yours," she said. The building seemed to hold its breath. Elias closed his eyes. "My name is David," he said quietly. Claire sat on the marble bench. She did not speak. "I needed a job where no one asked questions," he said. "I needed to stay close, to see if the company survived." "You could have taken the money," she said. "I did," he replied. "I gave it back." Her throat tightened. "Why?" she asked. "Because people needed their jobs," he said. "Because I made the mistake of trusting power over process. Because you trusted me." She laughed once. It sounded broken. "I spent $50 million looking for you," she said. "I know," he replied. "I read the papers while mopping floors." She covered her face. "I ignored you," she said. "Every day." "You were busy," he said. "So was I." They sat in silence. The board meeting that day exploded. Claire told the truth. She took responsibility. She presented the notebook. She named the decision-makers. She refused to scapegoat a ghost. The board resisted. Lawyers warned. Investors panicked. Claire did not bend. She reinstated David Miller as chief strategy officer. The press called it madness. Employees watched from cubicles as the janitor entered the executive elevator in a borrowed suit. Some laughed. Some cried. David worked quietly. He restructured debt. He negotiated exits. He saved what could be saved. He did not seek credit. Claire watched him work. She watched how he listened. She watched how he thanked assistants by name. One evening she found him cleaning the break room himself. "You do not have to do that," she said. "I know," he replied. "But it reminds me." "Of what?" "Of who people are when no one watches." The company stabilized within a year. Claire started walking the floors. She learned names. She learned stories. She learned when to stop talking. On the anniversary of the failed deal, Claire placed a plaque in the lobby. It did not list profits. It did not list growth. It read, "This company survives because people choose responsibility over recognition." David stood beside her. "You could have fired me," he said. "I did worse," she replied. "I ignored you." He smiled. "So did everyone else," he said. "That is why it worked." Claire looked around the lobby. The marble still shined. The glass still rose. But now she saw the people who kept it standing. Kindness did not fix everything, but it fixed what mattered. And Claire Holden never walked past the janitor again.